Vibra Finance, we seek out the hidden gems in cryptocurrency. We will tailor your portfolio to work for you. Are you ready to transition your investments from traditional markets to cryptocurrency? Are your coins staked and earning interest? Are you overwhelmed with all the jargon in crypto? Is your portfolio underperforming and you want to reposition into consistent winning blue chip coins and viable projects? Do you feel like you missed out on DeFi, Metaverse, and NFTs? Here at Vibra Finance, we provide you with the data, skills, and tools you need to stay on top of the digital asset market. Vibra Finance, we are the future of crypto.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Vibraville. Hope you had a great Saturday. The weekend's here, and we were outside all day just to kind of take care of stuff, putts around the garden, doing some painting, some housework, getting ready for when this bull market comes, or alt's not even bull market, when alt season comes and shit starts going parabolic. And I would say, but hopefully by April 2nd, worst case scenario, I'm thinking some bearish headline comes out heading into rate cuts, and maybe we dip after. And if we do, we send in April. But regardless, no matter how this plays out, we're getting ready to roll. And if you've been here during the bear market in 2023, 2024, even earlier this year, you've been watching, I'm all about Hedera. It's one of my gems that I'm super bullish on, one of the best projects in all of crypto. Well, we know one of our favorite alts over there, DOVU, is just on an absolute tear. When it pumped up another 20% to almost a penny today. We're 0.008. And now on the past year, 1,100%. So feels fantastic. This is validation, guys. Tell me one other person that has been talking about DOVU. Everyone that asked me about Hedera, I said you got to get HBAR and then get some sauce and DOVU and stake them. And if you want, maybe look at Karate Combat or Bank Social for what they're doing with recovery. And if you get hacked, them having sometimes the ability to get in touch with law enforcement and the FBI. They have a relationship there, I believe, where they can kind of freeze accounts so at least they can't spend the money. So you're starting to see some really cool projects being built, and that's what excites me. Almost all of crypto is vaporware, bullshit, lies, rug pulls, scams, false promises. So few projects are actually building and have a long-term vision. And that's what I focused on. I tried to find all those projects in the different sectors of the market. During this bear market, all I did was put in research because I messed up last cycle. I got into Hex early, got into Matic at a penny, Cardano at 4 cents, Quant at under $5 in 2019. I got into Aave when it was ETH Lend at $3, but I took profits way too early. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. And all my Hex, I staked it out. I didn't keep any liquid, which was a huge mistake. So you got to learn from previous mistakes that you made and adapt, because this is the last chance we have right here. Once some of these coins start to move, the blue chips that stick around forever are going to continue to go up. Yeah, we're going to have a bear market again. They'll come down maybe 50%, but you're not going to see 85% dips. So if some of these blue chips get added to the American stockpile or the crypto stockpile, or we get a tax exemption on American cryptos, they're going to pump so ungodly hard to the point where a 50% retrace puts you up so much. If you get in right here, you're not even worried about selling. And it makes me happy to see. I saw Crypto Mason. He's been talking about, I'm never selling my XRP at $5, $10. I'm going to just put it aside and earn off of it. And I completely agree. If you sell here and you don't perfectly rebuy the bottom when it happens, and accumulate your bag and more coins in 2030, in 5 years, when XRP is hundreds of dollars, if not more. Biggest mistake ever. You know, we played this cycle so perfect, going back to 2022 with the FTX crash with Solana. I was the only person here while Sami was saying Solana is dead, da 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 da. I was saying buy it right now. It just dropped under $10. This is the buy of a lifetime. This thing is going to pump so hard. And sure enough, we ran that up to 200 plus and then swapped it out for XRP at 50 cents. And then that's done a 6x. So how many X's is that? From $10, so a 20x to 200, and then another 6x from there. So 120x from Solana and XRP, while everyone in the Pulse Chain community was making fun of me for talking about these coins. But you know what? I know what I'm doing. I'm smarter than most of these people out here, but what I lack in the brains, I'll put the work in, and I will do 10 times the amount of research to the point where I'll make up for it. So I just know, guys, with DOVU pumping super hard out of the blue, you know, we've seen that with so many coins. Realio went on a god run, and now it's starting to pump too. And Velo on Stellar and Stronghold. You know, we know about SHX and what a beast that is going to be. And it just dipped right now. So for any of you guys that still are sleeping on Stronghold, and I'm going to yell at you, you could have got it for 2 cents. And this is going to be $3 to $5 this cycle. I really think so. You can't use market cap anymore, guys. It's a vanity metric, okay? So the total supply is X. But what Stronghold's doing, there's only going to be a certain amount of coins that are left to settle value. So market cap is going to become a vanity metric. Once these cryptos are actually used, right? Not just speculated on, they're used. Which Stronghold, I think, is coming out with a new super wallet that's going to have banking and everything, insurance, everything all in one. I think that's what they're building. So guys, do yourself a favor and get a bag of Stronghold. I'm not gay, all right? I don't come on here, oh, this is not financial advice, guys. I can't show you what I'm doing. This is not financial advice. You know, God forbid I tell you about a coin and you get wrecked. Fucking people, man. This is one of the best projects in fucking crypto, all right? If you lose money on it, I will personally refund you. I'm that fucking confident, all right? If you don't own Stronghold right now, get a bag of it. It's a must hold. Maybe I got to start just talking like this to get the picture through. All right? If you've done hundreds and thousands of hours on research on one coin, you would come to the same conclusion. If you had the time, if you didn't have to go to work every day, and every day at your job, instead of going to work, you could come and sit down next to me and do all the research, listen to all the content I do, I guarantee you'd own the same coins. Everyone I work with and talk to, once they start doing research into coins, I tell them they get so much FOMO they can't control themselves. Ask anyone in here. And DOVU now, 1,100% in the past year. And you know what? I've been earning liquid staking this entire time on the website. I have my bag staked, but guess what? Once you stake it one time, it's in your wallet liquid. You don't even notice it's staked. You just start getting coins. Hedera is liquid staking. Your coins never leave your wallet. So if DOVU can get the 50 cents, guys, right now you get 2 airdrops a day. And I'm getting like 23.8 coins each airdrop. So that's like 47 coins. If it goes to 50 cents, because that's going to be $25 a day. Imagine in 3-4 years, if it keeps going up in price, I will never have to sell my core bag. I'm just going to every day swap my interest I get for USDC and just cash it out. And then, guys, you do that. You have 10 bags that pay you $25 a day. There's $250 a day. You know, there's, what's that? $6,000, $600. No, that's $6,000 a month. That's $72,000 a year. If you can, and my bag of DOVU at the bottom right here was worth like $400 maybe. So I'm not talking, this is not big money you need to do this at. And like it's a $68 million market cap. So a 10x from here is almost 7 cents, and that's only 680 million. This thing could easily get to $5 billion market cap. Real world asset play and carbon credit. These are like the narratives. You know, some of these other countries are having to use carbon credits. It is what it is. It's the law over there. We don't have to do it, thank God. But countries do. And DOVU's the one tackling it. And even if that doesn't work out, guess what? They're so smart. They have a plan B. And they're now going hard at real world assets. DOVU's operating system proves what's true. Issuers can deploy assets fast and make them available to purchase. Real world assets can move seamlessly across chains for accessibility and liquidity. Unalterable context documented on-chain and off-chain. DOVU powers real-world assets. So guys, they're evolving. They're building. They're not just sticking to real-world assets. And now they captured a huge narrative. They're in with one of the biggest influencers for XRP, XLM, the ISO coins is all in crypto. And the fact that he's shilling DOVU now, perfect. Is what we need to see. You know, I don't think it's still too late to get DOVU, but a lot of you should have it. Because all you guys that got into Hedera and Sauce, told you to get DOVU too or in karate. So we're going to be raking it in. Yeah, bro. Oh, bro, it's coming. Bro, I promise you it's coming. Hedera is going to be an absolute monster. But Crypto Saturday Night Live. I could, bro. I feel like I could make it like rated R and comedy and stuff, but yeah, maybe I should, because what do I have to lose? 3,000 followers. We hit a milestone after I started in December 2021. So I'm coming up on 4 years. So are you kidding me? So I'm average. That's pathetic, these numbers, bro. It's so bad. But I don't give a shit. CreatorBid. Guys, this thing has been super volatile. It's up, down, up, down, up, down. But we got into it in May right here at like 4 or 5 cents-ish. I found it. And then we were able to catch the bottom down here at under 4 cents. So we nailed the freaking bottom down here. I mean, obviously, I wish I found it earlier, but I didn't come across DeSci until like May 8th and Research Coin in them. But it did a nice like 10, almost 6x, 5x from the bottom. And then obviously the dip. And now we're moving back up. And this is only $32 million market cap. So I have all my coins staked and just earning. It's a cool little website. Actually, you know what? I'll just pull it up right now. Oh, yeah. I got eight coins to collect. Let's go. So that'll be 70 coins. So I have my Bill Nye and my Aeon, my bot, and Bill, one of my gems from that DeSci guy. It's his bot over there. He's plugged into all the DeSci projects. Bill Nye is going to be a big part of the ecosystem. He's tapping it into as many people as possible. And I know he loves what he's doing. He works hard. He's a super good kid. He's young. And I want to support people like that. So I got those locked up. And by doing that, it gives me like extra CreatorBid in here that you can come and claim too. So it's kind of cool. On top of the rewards you get too for locking it up. So CreatorBid, guys, this is something to definitely look at. DeSci is going to absolutely pop off because Brian Armstrong, CZ, and Vitalik. Remember, Vitalik was at the same conference with CZ. They go to these DeSci conferences. Brian goes to them too, and there's actually one, I think. Yeah, no, it was today actually. Yep, today was DeSci Boston. And Tyler, the chief of staff from Research Hub, was up on stage talking, and Bioprotocol, which I faded because it was a bigger market cap. It was like 50 million, I think, when we found it. So I just went with some of the smaller ones and Research Coin. But it is what it is. There's so many gems out there. So he loves this, guys, and it's Brian Armstrong's own project. Like, this thing is going to do numbers, I think, because blockchain, instead of like gaming and some of this other stuff where it's not really ideal for it, medicine, your records, and AI and blockchain, they all just go together. This was a match made in heaven. So I think DeSci is going to just be one of those narratives that absolutely rips. So if you want to check out some of the best coins, go to molecule.xyz. And then what I do is I sort it by chain. And I'm only focusing on the ones on base. And I got one on ETH. I got, what did I get? Vita RNA. No. Sorry. I have Noble Blocks. That's not on here. That's just a different project. It's doing shitty, but it's like an OG project. It's like a long-term hold. I threw $200 at it, and I'm just putting it aside. But for this run right here, I have a bag of Hempy. I have Forge. I have Biard, and I have Claw. And then I have Poseidon DAO. I don't know if that's on here, but I have that staked on the website up here. And when you stake your coins, you get to vote for proposals. So I voted on the last one, and it gave me one of these governance coins or whatever, and then you can swap that out for 2 coins. So I'm earning some interest and earning more for voting on these proposals. I think it's only like 70 cents right now. So I earned like $1.50 for doing it. But when you're early in these things, you never know. So I just see the upside of DeSci, and yeah, there's just a handful of gems like Dynex too. That's another one that I think is just a home run. They have the quantum as a service. They just blow ChatGPT's bots out of the water. And the quantum chip that they're building at room temperature, if that thing takes off, this is a multi-billion-dollar project easily right here. OXDNX. And look at this thing. We caught it right at the bottom. I found it down in early May at like 3 cents, and it had a nice run up here to 10 cents, but it just couldn't hold. It tapped up here twice, and then it couldn't break through, and now we dipped down under 5 cents. So this is like, it's a $5 million market cap. Like this is a screaming fucking 500x opportunity easily right here. Like, we've talked about Dynex so much. So anyone that's new here that hasn't seen it, like, this is a must own, in my opinion. I would just go with Dynex, Research Coin, and Bill Nye, and just stick with those 3 right there. And because I know Bill Nye, he's going to pump that super hard. He's got treasury funds allocated for it. He's got a community that are diamond hands, but I don't know if he gave out too much supply, or people that got in early, these degen type people, they're not diamond handed people. So a few guys were selling it, but I have a big bag of Dynex, not a big bag of Bill Nye, but I have it staked on here. I think it's like $1,000 worth, maybe. So for me, that's a big bag. What is Brian Armstrong? That's Research Coin, bro. That's RSC Research Coin, and that is on base. OXDNX and Noble Blocks are the only 2 I have on ETH. And then I have Research Coin, and then Poseidon DAO is on base too. So this is research coin right here. You know, we found it at like 30 cents ish. Damn, come on. Back here, May 8th or something. Yeah, down here under 30 cents. And it had a nice run up to like 80. So almost did like a 3x. Had a nice dip. And now we're getting ready to pump, bro. So yeah, it's RSC on base. And to fade Brian Armstrong's own project, once I found that out, it was like, holy shit, it's just a no-brainer. Because like, and if you own Noble Blocks, bro, right now, and you don't have money to like new money to add to buy research coin, I would just swap your Noble Blocks for research coin. Bro, we don't the battery power, yeah. Yeah, I don't know who that. I feel like that's Tesla. I feel like it's gonna be Tesla, maybe. Who knows? With crazy battery power. I used to watch Gary Vee in like 2.8. He had a max 12 viewers talking about vintage wine. Yeah, she's talking about vintage wine, not giving the best crypto fucking picks out here. No commercials, no bullshit. What's good? Advanced Hood Cleaning Solutions. Since we're on the topic, what's your thoughts on XRPH? I haven't never even heard of it, bro. Never even heard of it. Sounds like a money grab to me, but I have no clue. But yeah, Pulse Chain right now, guys, nothing happening. Morpheus, like the whole Titan X ecosystem, nothing happening. Just kind of killing time until ETH starts to break out. And I think it's coming. I don't think anything. Pulse bubbles. Yeah, 12% on P at YFI. So Pulse Chain, we're chilling. Let the mailers get out. Let Richard do some marketing. We'll be all good. Arthur Hayes says he's hanging. What? Arthur Hayes and last week Rand Nooner. Well, I played that clip of him saying he made no money chasing shit coins and meme coins. Oh man. If only someone was out here saying it's a pure scam. Don't even go over there. It's a trap to change the mentality of crypto so they can build all the good shit without anyone bothering them, anyone finding it, blowing it up. There's such a small group of people that are actually on top of what's coming versus the degens just flying around chasing what's next. Meme coins are out. He spent the better part of the last year aping into meme coins like Pepe and Mother. Really, bro? You were aping into Pepe? Pepe was cool in 2023 or 2022. Now he's leaving the casino floor and putting his money into high-yield decentralized finance protocols that actually pay. No shit. Have I not been saying that where the money is going to go is DeFi because it's going to be an institutional run cycle. The big boys are here. Wall Street is here, and they are going to chase yield and solid projects. So it's funny, guys. It's funny how they all come along, but they need to get the clicks and the views during the bear market. You feel all right. So what is XRPH? I have no idea. I don't. It's not gonna be on Deck Screener, is it? Here we go. XRPH. 4.5 cents. I mean, damn, yeah. Last year, shit, that thing did a 30x. Hell yeah. And it dipped. Yeah, it's just got to find a bottom, bro. That's it. I mean, I wouldn't buy it now. I would wait until we start making higher lows. It looked like it here. It looked like it made a bottom, but it rolled over again. So what is it? There's no description. Yeah, nothing. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't. I'd rather hold Sologenics, bro. It's like I hold Sologenics and I have Equilibrium that I had from last cycle and Casino Coin that I've had from last cycle too, sitting in there. I just think XRP is going to do so well. Like, why not just put it in there and then the main decks over there? That's my strategy. You know, I bought more solo and XRP is my biggest holding by far. Yeah, that's funny, bro. So look at let me see if I can. Oh shit, my bad. Do. Let me see if I can. My first background. There we go. Look at this. Airdrops are coming. Sologenics, Pulse Chain. This was before Corium was even announced back in like 2021 when the solo. I thought it might have been actually, but yeah, it's so funny. Yeah, I figured it's on the XRP. I was messing around with some meme coins on the on my Zaman wallet maybe like 6 months ago, but it's just not my thing, bro. I'm all about just finding the utility gems and just holding them. If you're new here, I don't know when you came in, but like these are not every, but like the majority, some of the alts that like are on the bubbles here in my portfolio. You know, a lot of the ZBEC, Axelar, XDC, XRP is my biggest holding. Clearpool, Quant, Realio, Casper, Jasmy, XPR, Algorand, Chlorium, Solo, HBAR, Sauce. I got a huge bag of, so I'm all about the utility coins here. So yeah, I got Stronghold and DOVU. Look at that. DOVU was pumped hard up to like the second biggest bag in my portfolio. And a year ago, this shit was at the complete bottom. Sologenics, QUBIC, Flare. I got a big bag of Flare, Sauce, Velo, DNX, Jasmy, Axelar, Research Coin, Clearpool, PulseX, Spectre, XTC, Block V, Relio, Corium, Poseidon, Swarm Bar. Oh, bro, SMT. That's a gem, guys. You know, I did a couple streams about that in Block V a while back. So hopefully you guys got in before it kind of pumped up hard here. I mean, it's still only what? Holy shit, an $11 million market cap. Oh, goddamn. Yeah, this is an absolute gem. They have tokenized stocks for sale right now on the website. So we found it early. Karate Combat, Scale, Veracity, Equilibrium, Storex, and then just some other, you know, just kind of, these are all the dust bags. OXO, this thing has just fallen off a cliff, man. I wish I sold it back here at this pump. You know, I got into it down here at like 3 cents, 3.5 cents. So I'm down on it right now. I round tripped it because I thought it was gonna keep going here. And by the time I realized how far it dipped back down, but you know what? You win some, you lose some. Maybe it'll come back, maybe not. Yeah, we shall see. Hashpack, yeah, bro. Hashpacks. I got mine in DOVU. I'm gonna have to rewind this one. What wallet? Yeah, bro. So down that, if you have HBAR, you should have your Hashpack wallet, and you know, you just associate your tokens in there, and then right inside the app, they have the connection for Saucer Swap, which is the DEX on Hedera. So in your Hashpack wallet, you know, it has a little connector, or if you have it on your computer, it's like it's a plugin up here in the wallets, and then you could come and swap right here. Because well, even right now after this, I mean, I would wait, bro. I honestly wouldn't FOMO into DOVU right now. It's just ran up so hard. I think we're gonna see a dip around rate cuts. Something's gonna happen, I think. And you might be able to get a little better entry point. So maybe, you know, to hedge it, only put like, if you got, I don't know, $200, maybe put 40 into it right now, and just in case it doesn't come back, but I think it's going to retrace back down a little bit. So maybe, put 40 into it or whatever. And then in 5 days, put another 40 in. And then if it dips hard after rate cuts or something, then just, put the rest in there. Cause when stuff is running that hard, it's hard to keep that momentum. But the thing is, it's such a small cap, such a small market cap that people are coming in and putting in like $100,000 buys and just pumping the coins super hard. Like the first huge pump here was $100,000 buy, down down here a week or two ago. So people are coming into it, which is good to see. And then you stake it, and it's I think 15% APY ish around there. So if you can just hold it for the long term, bro, and maybe sell 15% or something at the top, so you don't, so you can have some cash, but you don't want to sell yourself short this cycle. These coins here that I talk about are the blue chips. Like the D size stuff, that's the stuff that are my gamble coins this cycle that I'm going to take profits on and get out, because the D size stuff is going to crash 95% in the bear market. But XRP and Stellar and Stronghold and Velo and Flare, I don't see them dipping 70%, 80% again. I only think they'll dip maybe 40%. Or maybe if they do have flash crash, it'll be a V-shaped recovery like everything is now. So I think the markets are really, really going to change. Yeah, I have a bag of jam, bro. I actually just topped up to like 3 million coins a month or two ago because it dropped down so much. But the problem is that the tokenomics on it, bro, they're terrible. Like they can just keep minting tokens forever. So I'm definitely selling it when it pumps this cycle. But who knows, bro? Honestly, I think of it, it's like, yeah, I put a couple $100 into it and got millions of tokens. And I remember I bought it early in like 2023. When Saucer Swap first launched, I bought Jam, and I maybe bought like $100 of it and just held it. And it went down to like it went up to like 600 and down to like $15 or something. So I put another 100 in, and I got like 3 million coins now or something. So I'm going to just hold it and then take profits, dump it all, and then maybe redeploy it. So what's next for the crypto markets as Fed rate cut expectation holds? Guys, two scenarios. We just start pumping like crazy. Or if we do pump hard, I think we're going to run hard until ETFs come out. And then that's when the reverse carry trade is going to unwind, because the XRP and any other assets they're going to use to offset the debt problem and the treasuries coming onto the market. These assets need to be a high price, and it can't. And Ripple too, IPOing, they wanted it to be a high price too. It gives them a higher valuation. The lawsuit ending can't pump the price. There needs to be other stuff happening to show that there's organic demand and outside forces that are pumping the prices of these cryptos. But regardless, it's going to work out phenomenal. The one thing I missed, I kept saying, I still think it's going to happen. I think Japan is going to have a big problem. The second we cut rates, that puts Japan in a big problem. That unwinds the reverse carry trade. And I still think, guys, it's going to cause a massive COVID-type crash in the markets. No one wants to hear it, but I think that's what we need to go full send. Maybe we pump a little bit into rate cuts or after, and then some FUD comes out. Nothing really happens, and then that unwinds, and everyone says, "Oh God, it's over, it's dead." Then we pump. I just know in order for us to start really moving, the consensus has to be the cycle is over. Just like when the COVID crash happened, people thought Bitcoin was going to zero when it went under 4K. But, you know, that was the bottom. That was the best time to buy. And if that opportunity comes, I'm going to be super happy. And so that was the one I didn't understand too either. Even though Tether, it was extremely shady and basically breaking the law, the US government had to have worked out a deal with them because no one was buying the treasuries. I didn't understand how bad, how dire the situation was with the debt and the bond market and treasuries and no one wanting them at all. And with the Genius Act, it's going to basically all but eliminate the bond market in general, because everyone's just going to earn their yield through stable coins. The stablecoin companies will buy the treasuries and hold them and get the yield on them and then pass it down through stablecoins. So there's no need for anyone to do that. So I didn't understand how bad the situation was. So they had to smear it like crazy. But at the same time, they were using it as a proxy to take and unload debt no one wanted. So now I think they're rebranding to this new coin, because obviously, why would you unveil a new stable coin? You don't hear Circle unveiling a new stable coin. USDC is perfectly fine. There's no need to do that. But Tether, as it currently is, the logo's an atomic bomb, and I think it's going to still go off. And that's what's going to cause the shift out of Bitcoin, in my opinion. I think that the days of Bitcoin running the market and Michael Saylor being the puppet telling you to go all in and mortgage your house and it's going to $4 trillion. Like, God, the guy's an idiot. He's the reason, a big reason for the .com bust, according to Jim Cramer, because he lost $6.5 billion in one day back in like 2000 or 2001. And it's the same guy that introduced massive leverage. And now that he's selling it to like pension funds and retirement funds, if it goes bad, he's going to get crucified and they're going to just annihilate Bitcoin. They're going to blame Bitcoin. Even though it was Michael Saylor and the leverage, they're still going to blame it. And that's going to be the scapegoat for it, I think. And then money will flood out of the Bitcoin ETFs. And I think that entire network is going to be used for decentralized AI to learn and grow, because no one trusts Facebook. No one trusts Meta. No one trusts any Sam Altman and his little twink. You trust those guys that adopt? How can you allow those two dudes to adopt kids? Two sodomites should never be allowed to adopt boys. That's fucking disgusting. And we trust that creep? Hell no. It's like a slap in the face that we gotta idolize that piece of shit. That's why I'm so bullish on QUBIC, because it's the only solution to the bullshit of these fake LLMs that are censored. The stuff that goes into it doesn't tell the truth. It's ridiculous. No one's going to deal with that. And QUBIC, if you were watching the stream yesterday, Come From Beyond, the founder, was thinking about crypto in 1999, crypto and blockchain and AI. And he's been thinking of QUBIC since 2000, when he was at university and realized universities couldn't handle a complex AI system or something. So through all the stuff, being there in the early days of Bitcoin, if not being one of the founders of Bitcoin, and then founding Monero, founding INX, founding IOTA, and he's been working on this in the background the entire time. I mean, guys, wait till you see this game that he's putting out on top of QUBIC. It is so freaking cool.
This isn't just survival. It's strategy. It's power. It's my last match. An open world MMO where strategy, alliances, and cunning keep you alive. Just you, the post-apocalyptic world, and those who want to take what's yours. Play to earn in a player-driven economy. Trade, loot, own safe houses, vehicles, or offer services. With blockchain integration, your in-game wealth has real-world impact. The world isn't empty. Dementals roam, drawn to noise and light. But if you stray too far into the darkness, you might never return. Lights keep you sane. Safe houses keep you breathing. And trust, that's the rarest resource of all. Every fight is high stakes. Every loss is real. And if you die, it costs you. In this persistent world, survival isn't just about food and water. It's about outsmarting and outlasting. Survive, strategize, dominate. This isn't just a game. This is your last match.
How cool is that? That's just another thing that's coming on top of QUBIC. I think it's super cool. Survived the 1990 Berlin Wall apocalypse. Super cool stuff. And guys, these people have been asking me about some of these coins here that pay passive income. When do you get it? I'm just getting random drips in my wallet every day. If you just write your balance down in your account, and then just when next time you look at it, compare it. And every time I open my wallet every day, I'm getting drips of QUBIC. You know, I don't know where it's coming from. If I have Q Vault, I have I think I have some Q Earn. If this one is the one that's like oh no, I don't know which one. I have like 8 of these. I have some Come From Beyond, some Q Cap, some Matilda, some Q Mine, Q Swap, and then 1 Q Vault and some MLM. This is the no, I don't have MLM. I want one of these, but I can't afford 800 million for one. But you can come in and put buy orders in for any of these coins. So even though the sell orders are here, you know, someone's offering to pay 575. So if you put one up for 600 million, maybe someone's desperate and would sell one. But you know, I put some orders in that were cheaper, way cheaper than the last sell order, and they randomly just got filled. So people that are desperate come in and they take low offers. The Soul token? No, bro, that's not on Solana. What project? What project you talking about? You talking about you talking about QUBIC? No, that's a scam, bro. The one on Solana. Do not buy that one if you're talking about QUBIC. Yeah, are you talking about QUBIC? Yeah, it's not, bro. So yeah, it's QUBIC.org is the website. And they're down here, these are the only places you can get it. I use Safe Trade right here. And just do not leave your money on any of these exchanges, guys. Safe Trade, these ones are shady as hell. Mexi, whatever, fine. Okay, it's not, but Trade Ogre was the other one. It was their partner company, and it got shut down. And even though every time I tell you guys, do not leave anything on there, people did. So once you buy QUBIC, make sure you have your wallet set up first so you can withdraw it immediately. Yeah, bro. Perfect. Yeah, do not get the one on Solana, bro. Thank God you asked. Bro, any questions you have, ask me. Like, do not just do stuff out here if you don't know, because all the good projects and altcoins, they have scams all over the place. So Safe Trade, bro, it's no KYC, nothing in the United States. You just register with the email address, and then you got to go get like a code and do 2-factor. And then I send Tether in because you have to buy it with USDC. QUBIC right here. Or you can use Bitcoin. Oh, well, not QTC, QUBIC USDC right here. But the best, so what I do is I go to switch.win and I swap for Tether right here. It's the cheapest DEX right here. Let's see, to get ETH for Tether right now. All right, whatever. It doesn't have Tether, but say for DAI. It's probably on base right now. Oh well. But the fee, it's so much cheaper than Uniswap. So if you're swapping, get your Tether there on switch.win. There, look at, yes, bro. It is yeah, bro. So I own silver and I bought it like 10 years ago and I fucked up not buying gold because I didn't understand that silver, the price is never going to go crazy like gold because it's so needed in the car industry, in phones. Like if silver went to $200 an ounce, our iPhones would go up by $300. So they can't let silver go crazy. And I did not understand that. So everyone on the internet talking about it, they all are like sponsored by silver companies or they sell silver themselves. So, bro, like that's one thing that when silver moves, I'm selling all. I have like, I think 70 ounces or 80 ounces. I'm selling all of it if it moves to like $75. You just hosted Peter Schiff and Apple's co-founder in Vegas. Dude, that's awesome, bro. Dude, congrats, bro. That's really cool. Yeah, Peter Schiff is the biggest gold bug out there. Yeah, exactly. The hoes love the gold. Exactly. I got some white gold on my neck and some platinum. I mean, it's like fish line, but that's the one thing about silver, man. I did not understand that. Do I have a Discord? I do, bro, but I don't really use it much. You know, it's kind of, but you know, you're free to join it, bro. And if you want, we can get it. You know what? That can be the you could be the spark that gets it going again. Message me on message me on Twitter. It's just at Vibra Finance. I'm Vibra Finance on there. Shoot me a DM and I'll send you the link on there because I don't want it public. Yeah, definitely, bro, for sure. Yeah, shoot me a message on Twitter, man. Hell yeah. Heck yeah. That's cool, bro. Yeah, because I go to I went to I go to Pulse Chain conferences. I went to the Sologenics party in 2022. We had tickets to the Corium launch party, but it was in LA, so I couldn't fly out from New York. So we gave them away to some friends and they said it was awesome. So you know, once the bull market picks up, man, I really want to go to some conferences because I helped my buddy Brandon, he's build the tech. He's the one that launched switch.win here. And we have our own project, Morpheus. And Morpheus, there's a buy and burn on here. It's hyper deflationary. And the fees from switch.win are going to start to be used to potentially buy and burn Morpheus. So our token here, it's doing pretty well. Someone just sold out of their entire bag and nuked it down. Where did it go? But he builds cool stuff, man, and we're really trying to do stuff the right way. There's the morph chart. We're pretty much back at launch price now, but we had a nice run up. Oh no, this is oh shoot, that's Morpheus on on Pulse Chain. So we bridged it over. So it's on Ethereum and Pulse Chain. Oh, you know, I think I don't even have Morph on Ethereum anymore. So I took it off of there. There it is. So this is the full chart. But Dragon X, so this is the main coin in the ecosystem that our liquidity is paired with. And unfortunately, someone got very jealous. I think allegedly someone got very jealous that we were outperforming this coin and just crushing. We have pretty much proof on chain that somebody has created a wall around here and kept us. I mean, no one's ever seen a chart like this. So it's absolutely wild, but we're going to break free of it. This is going to do so well. We got big plans, and just being let down by so many people and that were here to build or had great ideas and just completely flaked out, didn't want to do anything or ended up being shady. It's crazy. So once you find good people in this space, I like to latch onto them, you talk about them, shill them to people, because you got to support the good people. I'm in New York, so appreciate it, bro. I try, man. I've been doing this now for almost 4 years. I do crypto. I have a consulting company, work with some very, very wealthy individuals. And before that, right out of college, I hopped into commercial real estate and did that for 10 years. And then found crypto during COVID and just went full-time, 12 hours a day doing research, everything. Just to Philly yesterday. Hell yeah. Flew back to the hard ass ATL. Nice, bro. One of my best friends, my roommate in college, he's a pro at Atlanta Athletic Club. So I think he lives down in I don't know if it's Marietta or Buckshead, somewhere down there, I believe. So yeah, I was down there a couple years ago playing a golf course that I would never be on in my life. I'll recommend not selling your silver for fiat, rather swap for gold when the ratio gets. Yeah, bro, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm my bad. That's what I was gonna do. That's what I was gonna do, bro. Is once the ratio gets more in line, I was gonna swap it out into gold. Yep. That is the plan. On a 15,000 square foot filming. Nice, dude. That's awesome. Yeah, I know, right? Well, yeah, no, sorry, he's in Alpharetta. My bad. He's in Alpharetta, not Marietta. He's in Alpharetta. My bad. Yeah, bro, good stuff though. Yeah, we've got a condo in Northeast Florida, so like half hour south of Jacksonville. So we're I'm gonna be down there for sure. Once it starts getting cold up here, I'll be down in Florida in the spring, definitely. Close enough. Need to have a crypto mixer at my place as you speak. Bro, I would love that. What's up, Bill 4? Appreciate you. Yeah, bro, dude. Yeah, bro, shoot me a message on Twitter, man. If you want to come on stream and just shoot the shit and just talk about what you do, what you like, what projects you like, whatever, man. I'd be down for that too. But yeah, guys, that is all I got for tonight. It should be a big week this upcoming. Tomorrow's Sunday. Not shit probably gonna be going on. But man, I don't know if there's gonna be rumors of 50-point rate cut. Oh, there might be a full point. Could you imagine? Everything's just gonna go parabolic. So I think it's gonna be crazy this week. I'm excited. We made it through. We packed all of our bags, and now this is where it's just a sit and wait and let the pump come to you. You know, don't be selling bags. You know, if you have cash, you can go and buy research coin or go get some Dynex or go get whatever you don't have. Perfect. But don't be selling coins that haven't pumped and are at the bottom to be rotating into stuff that has already moved up. I made that mistake last cycle. And once you get burned once or twice, then you start taking more risks and then it just spirals downhill from there. So don't rotate. Let the pump come to you and only buy stuff with fresh capital. I promise you. All right. And the blue chips, XRP, XLM, HBAR, Stronghold, Flare, Velo, Quant, Algorand. Do not sell them this cycle. Hold them till 2030 and plus. Think of them as little money makers where each one of them is a little business you're going to send out there that's going to be bringing you back 12 to 14% a year. And when these cryptos are actually valued properly, we're going to be able to live off of them. So don't fuck this up. Hold through and have your bags, your altcoins that you're going to sell this cycle so you can take profits. You feel good. You don't feel like, oh God, I'm going to just round trip to shit. Oh God, and you start panicking. Have a plan, stick to it, and we will crush it. And I'll be here the whole time. So you got questions, you don't know what to do, we'll be all right. Peace, guys.
At Vibra Finance, we seek out the hidden gems in cryptocurrency. We will tailor your portfolio to work for you. Are you ready to transition your investments from traditional markets to cryptocurrency? Are your coins staked and earning interest? Are you overwhelmed with all the jargon in crypto? Is your portfolio underperforming and you want to reposition into consistent winning blue chip coins and viable projects? Do you feel like you missed out on DeFi, Metaverse, and NFTs? Here at Vibra Finance, we provide you with the data, skills, and tools you need to stay on top of the digital asset market. Vibra Finance, we are the future of crypto.